Hello everyone, we are Nicolás Valercón, Juan David Ballén, Alejandro Leondoño, and Juan Camilo Riaño, and we're going to present our School of the Future. This presentation is going to be divided into two main parts. The first one is going to include the aims and vision of our school, and on the second part, we're going to talk about the structures and processes of our school. So let's start. The aims and vision of our school. We have 5 different governance policies of our school. The first one is that we want to promote creativity in our kids. It is important to promote artistic abilities and free development of every student. To achieve this, we believe that our educational system should combine both practical and theoretical classes. These two need to emphasize on the students' skills rather than just the curriculum. On second place, we believe that students need to play a major role on decision making. The curriculum is not going to be imposed. There are going to be some mandatory courses, but since junior stage, the students get to choose the subjects they will have. In third place, our school will articulate virtual and face-to-face experiences. Nowadays, digital technologies are an essential part of our lives, so we believe that our school of the future needs to articulate the face-to-face experience with digital technologies. In fourth place, we will promote mastery of the skills rather than obtaining a grade. We believe that Salman Khan's idea of mastery is beneficial for students and we will implement it in our school. And lastly, our system is going to promote child-centered learning. We are going to take into account Maria Montessori's ideas and the students will have the major role in the learning process. Who is the school for? In terms of age, it's for students from 5 to 18 years old. We are going to develop preschool, elementary, junior, middle, and high school. Since the school is going to follow Montessori's ideas, there will be no grades in our school, there will be stages for students according to their age. In location, our school will be located in the suburban areas in the United States. On type of population, we will only receive admissions from 5 to 6 years old students. It is important for every student to experience the whole educational process, so our school will not receive older students. Since a lot of infrastructure is needed, it is going to be private. This means the parents' income is going to be decisive in the admission process. This is something we would like to change in the long-term future, but initially we believe it is necessary.
Now we're going to talk about the structures and processes. Now we're going to talk about the materials. We will separate the classrooms between two classes. The first being the elementary school, which will have toys and other simulated objects and tablets for academic content, and the other ones that will not have the toys and other simulating objects. These toys will be helpful to develop the children's mind, and the tablets will be useful to take classes and assessments. The curriculum will be divided into 5 different stages. The first one being preschool, in which the children will learn to self-regulate by doing tasks and daily routines. They will have basic academic classes and physical education classes, which are obligatory. In the elementary level, they will add to the academic classes the IT classes, and will lose the daily routines and tasks in order to fit an art elective. From junior school onwards, they will have academic electives, so they can choose which topics they want to learn about. Children will learn by going to school and watching the videos of the topics that they are going to learn. If they don't understand something, they can rewind, and if they still don't understand the topic, they can ask the teacher that is in charge.
For planning our school of the future, we thought it was really important to take into account some architectural elements. For that reason, we studied how good lighting could help students focus more. Taking that into account, our classrooms will have big windows and high ceilings. Inspired by Montessori's classrooms, they will be bigger than usual. Chairs will be arranged in a specific order, and there will be a lot of space for teachers and students to go around the classroom. Furniture will be specially designed for our schools. There will be different type of chairs, like stools or chairs with little wheels. As we also were inspired by Kant's methodology, iPads will be really important in the learning process. For that reason, we designed reachable shelves for students. Classrooms won't be excessively decorated, but students will be able to decorate them if they want to, with some pictures or drawings. Also, classrooms will be mainly for spending time with partners and for having um, virtual classes. Outdoor education will also be important in our school of the future as it will be surrounded by nature. Our students will explore their environment safely. The materials of the playground will be eco friendly, avoiding the use of plastic as most of the parks do nowadays. The most important is that students will be learning by playing in a Montessori way. Another thing is that our students will be learning to respect our planet. Our school will have outdoor labs for traditional subjects like biology and chemistry, as well as a central lab for little kids. Also, it will have an interactive garden.
Finally, we are going to talk about the process of evaluation and assessment in our vision of the school of the future. The principal goal of evaluations in our vision is not to base the student's ability with a single result or note. The important thing is to evaluate the process of the student rather than focusing on a single result. This is opposite to the traditional model of education in which students are evaluated based on a standardized type of test, where sometimes the individual abilities and preferences of the students are not taken into account during the test. So, in our vision, students can have the right to decide the tasks that they are going to be evaluated on based on their type of preferences and abilities. Now, talking about the type of assessment in our vision of the school of the future, the assessment of each student should be focused on the types of knowledge that each student is good on. Instead of having a standardized model of assessment for all the classroom. This type of personalized assessment lets the student to have an individual rhythm of learning, and this is opposite to the traditional model of education. So this type of assessment in our vision stimulates a lot of kinds of cognitive abilities in the student. So finally, in practice, the students can learn everything that they are capable to do, instead of having a standard curriculum that may not adapt to their real interests. And that's all. Thank you very much for listening.